All right. Oh, hey, my mic's working. Go ahead and unplug yours and turn it back on. Plug and plug back in.
Hello? Hello?
Yep, I think we're good. I'm seeing
are
things
back.
bounce. Sorry about that, folks. We went ahead and let's see if we... Okay, yeah. So sorry. Again, start back over. We got Sylvaneth here. It's Jeff with Tom casting at Warzone Houston, Hammerfest GT.
Yeah. The first of the season.
The first of the season, the biggest tournament they've had for Hammerfest so far. Right now we have Zach Kennedy going against Noam. And it's going to be a great game. It's going to be Beast of Chaos versus Sylvaneth, different Sylvaneth than we saw yesterday. Let's take if you want to take lists, hit the exclamation point list icon where our list thing is not working so hot. Let's see. List caster? Okay, this might work now. I see the audio bouncing.
Yeah. But we'll go over the list right now, and thanks to all the viewers, and hello, Anthony. Sylvaneth from Zach has he's taken a very different take from what we saw from Matt Robish yesterday. Instead of the Kurnoff build with the Illyrio, Zach has chosen a more magic and more hit and run build with the Harvestman. So he has the Warzone Revenant as a general, a lot better of a spellcaster because of the dwindling season, which gives a once per turn reroll of casting, or if it's the opponent's turn, reroll on the unbinding.
Okay.
It's got the command trait Tree Singer, which lets him arc spell through any wildwoods on the table. Very powerful, lets him get his War Scroll spell out on very, very juicy targets. It's got an Arcane Tome for extra cast, and then he has chosen Tree Song for his lore spell, which gives picks a Wildwood, and anything wholly within 9 of that Wildwood gets +1 to the rend.
Oh, that's really good.
So it's really good with the Lancers. It lets him coming in, hitting at rend 3, and then bounce out.
Yeah, now, so yesterday Matt was using his Kurnoff to just kind of go in and pull back in the forest. Are we going to see that same kind of play today with the Lancers?
Yeah, we see similar things. These are a lot more. There's a lot faster and because of their musician letting them pile in 6, so they can really get to a lot of weird places with depending on the charge rolls.
Okay, is that the cool pile in 6 where they can be outside of 6 and then pile into fight in turn, or is it the battle?
No, it's just pile extra 3 inches. So let's them dig a little deeper. Zach does have 2 units of Spy Rider Lancers, both in Bounty Hunters, and he's have 2 units of Tree Revenants just to grab easy battle tactic and the bonus from barging through enemy lines. And to wrap it up, he has the Warband Skaith's Wild Hunt and with Valdez Harmony.
Okay.
Pretty powerful. It lets him grow 1 model back to a unit turn. And then their other spell is pretty good too. It gives a unit wholly within 12 +1 to wound.
And let's not forget, he does have the Kronspine, the Incarnate.
Yeah.
And that's a pretty contentious model because it just doesn't like to die.
Yeah, it also gives the Warsong Remnant additional +1 to cast. So the Warsong Remnant's coming in with a +2 to cast normally.
That's pretty spicy.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and take a look at Noah's. I know we're going through here fast, pretty quick, folks, but they are setting up for deployment right now, so we want to get to the overhead as soon as we can. So this is Noah rocking Beast of Chaos Gate Spawn. Again, we see takes what's theirs for both players as a grand strategy. It's been kind of common theme throughout the weekend. I see a lot of fun stuff on here. What sticks out to you?
Yeah, for sure. The big thing in this list is the 30 unit, the 30 Man of Zangors. Very powerful, very good holding power, as he does have them in Expert Conquerors.
All right.
So they'll be counting as 90 models. And then with the Beast of Chaos Hearthstone ability to rally them back, so very powerful. This army can actually tank a lot of the alpha that the Zach can send out. So it's going to be really tricky for Zach to try to see how he wants to play it.
Yeah. And honestly, the first thing I noticed in this list when looking over it was the Slaves of Darkness Demon Prince with the Market Corn, which his command ability is the Blood Slick Ground that allows him to have run-in charge rolls within 18 inches of him.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
That's
really
going to be powerful, but Zach's army can spread out really powerfully and then hit the flanks. The one issue with the Demon Prince is it only affects 18 inches is a very big aura, but the Lancers, due to the pre-game move and how fast they move normally, can't really dodge out the aura.
Okay, so
and then just kind of pick on the edges of the army.
Okay, so we could say that getting up to this point, this has been a pretty good piece for Noah, but going against this specifically, not be as big of a factor this time?
It will still come into play, like in the direct head-on-head, it will still like affect like the crossbind. Like it can't really hit the juicy stuff. And it's probably gonna guard the Zangor blocks to make sure it doesn't get tagged by things it doesn't want to get fight on.
Right.
And then, but yeah, you can with the mission as Sylvaneth, it limits the Corn Demon Prince application a lot.
Okay.
And to go, just finishing off Noah's list, he also has the Enlightened on Disc and the Dragon Ogres, both in Bounty Hunters, so very powerful hitters into the battle lines, which Zach unfortunately does not have many of those. The Glacier Veterans, that is.
Yeah.
Tree Revs are 2 wounds, so if they get hit, they will most likely die anyway, so you don't really need the hitting power from the Bounty Hunters. And he does still have the 2 Gores and the Mind Stellar Strengths.
Right.
To wrap out the rest of his army. For characters besides the Corn Demon Prince, Noah also has a Shaggoth with the Tanglethorn Familiars, which is very important in these kind of matchups to try to sneak on the Shaggoth onto the Warsong Remnant to shut down his casting once per game.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'll be pretty good, and I can imagine he'll try to use that for like a crucial turn. His opponent really wants to do that. Anything else you want to talk about before we go to the table?
Yeah, also just some pretty normal Beast of Chaos stuff. A lot of ways to buff the hit, to wound, and ways to buff rend.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the table, see where they are at right now.
Oh yeah, Slantastic. The Franks has the ability in his own hero phase, it could pick a unit within 12, and you and your opponent secretly pick a die. If the results don't match, that unit gets fight last. If it matches, then you have solved the riddle and nothing happens.
I think he did Overgrown here.
Yeah.
He should get 1 with Larry was allowed Matt to get 3, right?
Yeah, he gets all Sylvaneth army after deployment gets to pick 3 Overgrown terrain.
Oh, all Sylvaneth. What was Ilariel doing special?
Her hero phase, once per game, she can turn the whole board into all terrain.
Oh, right. So I guess.
So you see this one as being the Overgrown, the hut, and then this thing.
And then the hut. Oh, right here. Okay.
Yep.
And then this is his 1 Wildwood terrain, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So it looks like we're still deploying, and then we're gonna see how Zach wants to do his Harvest Boom pregame move.
Okay.
Now Harvest Boom does get a very powerful sub-faction ability. All units of Lancers and Seekers gets to make a 12-inch pregame move.
That's really good. So it's going to be these 2 units for sure. Do you see any more of the units that would get the pregame move?
No, just those 2. So it really limits how Noah can deploy. Good. One thing is, I believe both of these lists are pretty high drops, so we'll get a count on who gets to dictate priority.
Noah said he had 10?
Yeah, let's just do a quick count.
We were talking earlier. See, take a list. Look at here, the board here. We have the Kronspine right here. Is that piece Tom was talking about that's not going to be able to like get in early and quick, and he might get locked down by the Demon Princess to that. And I believe this is the Demon Prince up here?
Yes.
All right, cool.
The thing that Zach has to watch out for is Shaggoth with the Hailstorm spell also.
Do you see that on the table yet?
No, but it'll be kind of obvious.
Yeah, we'll point it out when he makes it here.
So Zach will get turn choice, so Noah has to. It is expected that most people would try to take second and try to play for the double, or to get the turn choice. But this choice, this here is interesting because Zach can also just chose to alpha and then back out, just get the early hit in. Because since when you go first, you do not get the Noah cannot put up the Corn Demon's aura.
Okay.
So if Noah deploys like too far up there, Zach could like potentially see an alpha angle.
Yeah. Sure.
But most likely Zach will take second.
And I guess this right here is the terrain piece we're looking at?
Yeah, that is the most important. That is the Hearthstone.
Okay, and then all the doors around it, I take it?
Yeah, that's likely the Zangors and then the front screen of Gores.
Okay. And we are going to be picked Grotless here for a little bit. He locked his keys in his car.
So I'll try to get some update on the tables if things are unclear. But both players should be marking their effects and making it pretty obvious for us.
Yeah. We have objectives. Silk Cell Nest is it 8 or 6?
8 objective.
So
That might be the most important thing in this particular game. It's just the objective is going to have a big effect on how the players play the game.
And I guess it would probably right about that.
Yeah. 8 objectives. Every time you burn one, you have to roll check bravery on the unit that burned it. And then if you roll above or equal to, they take everyone within 9 of the objective take D3 mortals. So it could be like a very damaging effect to Beasts of Chaos.
Yeah.
They are very low bravery.
Were they about 5 average?
5 and 6 normally, yeah.
Yep. What is Sylvaneth's bravery profile looking like these days?
Sylvaneth, I believe the Lancers are about an 8.
Okay, so they're not as worried about it. And it looks like we're doing our pregame move right now.
Yeah.
You got moving this unit up here. Yeah, that is a lot of beef.
Yeah, this mission is very interesting in that if you spread out your deployment, your opponent can really pick up the stuff on the edges, especially playing against Sylvaneth. You don't really want to give Zach a piecemeal option to just take stuff and leave without like really getting to do something back. And the right side is if you both spread out on 4 objectives, that's an even situation.
Yeah.
But Zach's army can easily alpha off 1 objective and make it 5 anyways.
Yeah.
With that lot train of thinking, it's fine to just make Zach put something on Noah's side of the board if he wants to eat early 5 points, and then Noah can take advantage of it.
Now, just to clarify, the Revenant, not the Revenant, the leader, the caster dude, he can cast from overgrown pieces of terrain as well?
Wildwoods.
Wow, it's this piece specifically, right?
Yeah, and then he can summon more Wildwoods.
Right. But is it just like a War Scroll spell?
It's a command ability. Command ability is any spell. You can even cast endless spell through them.
Oh no, sorry. I mean, how does he summon more Wildwoods?
That's a allegiance ability, I believe.
Okay.
As a spell.
Okay. And you look at this, so this is probably right at the table.
Players still have 22-inch territories, so that will be exactly at the half-inch mark.
So we can see 22 inches. It looks like he's deployed right on the line here, so that'll be
13.
13. So he can sling most spells through it. Like, so I'm guessing Geminids are going to be something we're going to see coming out of there.
Yeah, Geminids, and then the War Scroll spells, the most likely candidates. Let's see. Yeah, when the Spellslinger says, when the general attempts to cast a spell, you pick 1 Wildwoods on the table and you can use it as the point of to measure it from.
It looks like I saw him roll a dice. I'm guessing that's for his heroic action. Probably command point, I'm guessing, and then measure.
I'll go take a look.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
So that is first turn. So Noah has been given first turn.
Okay.
And then the first die roll was the Thunderstorm movement. What that is beginning of the hero phase, all Dragon Ogres gets to move D6 inches.
Oh wow, okay. That's pretty cool.
And then that was a heroic action for the CP.
Right.
Did not happen. And then we're picking battle tactics right now.
I'm going to say it's probably going to be against the odds, as that seems to be a recurring trend. What is it? Against the odds?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, like I was saying, against the odds, it's been a recurring theme of everybody pretty much going with that first.
Yeah, but he has some choices. He could choose to barge through enemy lines for the early 2 points, but that overcommits him too much into the Zax's army without really gonna get anything back.
So, I want to get your thoughts on this. Like, how do you feel about this current Gerald's Handbook with the grand strategies and the battle tactics because we've seen pretty much everybody but Emma has used take what's theirs, and pretty much all players first turn against the odds. Like,
there's this current GHP has 4 tactics you can get very easily throughout the game, and you just have to find the 5th one. So in these kind of matchups where it's gonna get volatile later, you want to take the easy ones out first, just to get the points going.
Yeah. And what is, like, I forget, because I don't play as much as you do, against the odds, especially for those at home who are not so familiar, what does that do again?
So you pick one unit, and then at the end of the turn, if that unit contests a objective that is not contested by enemy Galatian veteran, you complete the battle tactic.
So it's your first turn, easy pick.
Yeah. And then sometimes you see people do, players do against, what's it called, Desecrate the Land or Barge through Enemy Lines also. We saw Jeremy yesterday in the KO matchup, he picked Gaining Momentum.
Right.
So just kill a target and get more objective, which can be very doable if you are the first player.
Okay. And against the odds, can you already be controlling it or not?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
they just wanted a replacement for Ferocious Advance from yesterday.
Okay.
From last year's tree.
Ferocious Advance was the
run 3 units.
Yeah.
So this GHP, unlike the last one, rewards more for having mobile armies instead of last GHP where you wanted to take monsters.
Yeah. And what's interesting because GW commented on their series before this GHP came out that they wanted this to be like a more infantry-friendly focus kind of GHP with the Galatian veterans, things like that, but it almost feels the opposite with punishing Galatian veterans against bounty hunters kind of thing.
Once in a while you do see a lot of lists taking advantage of Expert Conqueror, majority what happens in this, you see a lot of more mobile armies than before, and then the new battle tomes are also leaning towards that direction, just a lot of fast moving armies. Daughter's the King, Aidan is Deacon, Nihon, and even Fire Slayer with the Magma Drop build, this GHP, the game just plays out a lot faster.
Yeah, I personally feel bad for the older armies because they're stuck in the 2.0 book era, and it almost feels like they can't compete as well as some of the newer. I mean, power creep's a thing, we all know that, but
some of those armies gets weird benefits here and there. Like Lumineth Rumlord's old book with the foxes are still by far the fastest thing, and Seraphon still probably the best army just because of how flex. Even they could play slow, but they're so efficient at it, so it doesn't really matter how fast they're moving up the board. And then Cities just has a lot of weird builds also that you can't really take advantage of. So yeah, the old books have some quirks that makes them have random advantages.
Yeah.
Versus the more streamlined version of the new ones.
One of the things I personally like the most, being a more casual player, is the 3.0 style where you're pick an army, pick a command trait, pick an artifact. It's not I'm playing the sub-tactics, so I'm locking these very specific.
Yeah, it gives you a lot more choices.
Yeah.
And here we see Noah doing a thing a lot of players should do, and in going first on Silk Stillness, is you just make sure you deploy one of your fast units on the line, which she did with the Gores, and just auto running them 6 to take an objective.
Yeah, and it looks like by moving these Gores into here, he's preventing Zach from being able to use his Wildwood as a teleport.
Yeah, since he can't really teleport to there or teleport from there or to there because there's an enemy within 3.
Yeah, so that's
another key part of playing as Sylvaneth. You really want to block off all the overgrown terrains and the Wildwoods to stop the interesting teleport shenanigans. Kilta Viking, this is the top of turn 1 with Noah taking the first turn. We're just likely to see Noah get 5 points this turn. He's going to have his home 4 objectives, 1 of Zach's, and then his battle tactic.
And this is just to clarify, this is a 1-2 more.
Yeah, 1-2 more mission. And starting on turn 2, if you control a objective on the enemy side of the board, and then you're within 1 inch of the objective, you can elect to burn it for an additional point.
Oh, okay.
So you're likely gonna see players start burning objectives starting in round 3.
Okay. And for those who are not familiar with terminology, when we say 1-2 more, we mean you get a point for holding an objective, a point for holding 2 objectives, and then a point from holding more than your opponent. So that's kind of the terminology like that we use when we say 1-2 more, just in case anybody wasn't familiar.
Yeah, no, it's gonna position his gores up forward, and then what Noah needs to do is just make sure that the cross spine does not get stuck into things like the dragon ogres and the disc. The Singh gores doesn't care as much because there's 30 of them, so you can really stretch it out to make sure that they can still run away, retreat and rally if they need to. Because when they die, you can just pick up all the ones in melee and then they're free from combat.
Do you know if he popped blood 6 round on his demon cards?
I believe so. I'll double check.
All right.
Has been used, and Zach has chosen the Hearthstone objective as a proving ground.
Okay.
That's a very heads-up play, because what happens effectively is Zach's army has a low amount of Galatian veterans, right. And then eventually late game he's gonna have a situation where he could get onto that objective with his Lancers and like the crossfire. But so he just wants to make sure that when he's going for that play, no one cannot proving around it again.
And that's so clarification for those at home. You can only declare an objective as a proving ground once per game, right?
That's correct.
Is it once per objective or once per player per objective?
Once per objective.
Okay, so he chose this one right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this one can no longer be, only controlled by Galatians.
Yeah, no longer be a proving ground.
And for the 18 inches, so it's probably looking like about there, maybe even longer, like would probably be 18. Like it's significant.
Because if you look at the Wildwoods, that's going to be the 22-inch line, and then the Demon Prince is about 12 from that. So you're looking at 10 more inches from that Wildwood, basically. Yeah. So it's really powerful. The distance that really matters is it limits the crossbind, right? Because if you look at it, the crossbind, if it walks 12 at anything, it's gonna be stuck in bloodstock ground. So it really limits Zach to be hitting on things on the far right, left corner.
Yeah, and the crossbind, for those who are not familiar, one of its big things is you can't retreat from it if it's engaged.
Correct.
So you're just locked in there dealing with this 9-killable model that's on that's like a Demon Prince size base, isn't it? Maybe or not. No,
it's a one. I believe it's a 130.
Yeah,
it's very big.
Yeah, it's a big honking model. You can see like it's as big as the tower, like terrain piece.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to tell from the overhead angle, but it's a fairly chunky piece of terrain.
And then that's the end of Noah's turn 1, and he's got 5 points.
Awesome. Awesome. Thanks for clarification on the 130. Zach over there, he's just kind of thinking about what he wants to do this turn. Ooh, excuse me, folks. Yeah, it looks like Noah has put Zach in a very, interesting spot.
Zach has chosen from the spare path. So we saw Matt Robish do that battle tactic yesterday also. It's a Sylvaneth tome tactic. What it says is when you pick this battle tactic, you have to make a charge after using from the woodland depth battle trait. But what that means is from the woodland depth has two parts.
Alright.
So you can either teleport to a wildwoods and then make a charge, or charge and then teleport away.
Okay.
So it's a very easy battle tactic to do. So what's gonna happen is one unit of Lancer is gonna charge something and teleport back, and that's the battle tactic.
So are we gonna assume these Lancers would probably be charging here?
Or up. He needs to really stay out of the Demon Prince aura. So yeah.
Yeah.
But this is where the redeploy can really be problematic.
Yeah. Looks like we're measuring on bind range here, I'm guessing? You just measuring from there to there?
Yeah. Yeah, and neither player got the heroic leadership CP, so yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw some low rolls, I'm like, oh, I know what that is. You know that feeling all too well.
Yeah. Yeah, Zach has some interesting choices of tactic. He has a lot of kill tactic open right now. He could eradicate the Trespasser and just kill one enemy unit within 6 of the Awakened Wildwoods. Could have done the barges and the other ones, but yeah.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that with the 2.0 books don't really have a good thing is their battle tactics, since they don't have unique ones, they are stuck using generic ones, so they have less opportunities to make up that 5th one like you were talking about.
Yeah. I believe this is a cast from the Warsong Revenant.
Alright. Oh,
you summon the Wildwoods, so that's the first spell. He does get to cast 3 spells with the Arcane Tome.
Oh yeah.
So here we're gonna see Zach put the Wildwoods as close as possible, and then just summon and it's gonna do Unleash the Spy Swarm afterward.
Right. And the placement requirements are outside 3 of a terrain piece and enemy unit.
Yeah.
So that's what he's using those 3 stick measuring sticks for.
Yeah. And then it's gonna likely cast a War Screw spell after. It's just gonna try to blast as many things as possible. It's looking like it's gonna hit even the Demon Prince maybe.
Oh wow. And the interesting thing that the GW changed in the most recent Sylvaneth Battle Tome is before you used to either have to use the old Citadel Woods or up to 3, or you actually had to use the 3 of the new terrain piece.
Yeah, I believe so, but now you can just summon the 1.
Yeah, which makes it a lot more
easier to use play.
Tactically awesome.
I think here might be the Unleashed Spy Swarm. We'll see. 5 and a 7. Yeah.
So what does the Spike Swarm thing do?
So when the spell resolves, you roll dice. You go to the casting value. So over here it looks like a 7.
Yep.
So he's gonna roll 7 dice for each unit within 9, and on a 5+ they take a mortal.
Okay. Just within 9 and not holy?
Just within 9, yeah.
Oh, that's really good. All right, for the Gores.
Yeah, and here we're just gonna see. You probably would have saw a lot of players re-roll that with the dwindling benefit, but Zach just wanted to make sure he actually got the spell off and then use the dwindling as a fail-safe mechanisms in case he miscasts.
Yeah,
because he's likely want to cast Tree Stomp for the extra rend on so that if the Lancer goes into maybe the Dragon Ogres, he can get better chance of killing them.
Yeah. Now, I know we said that Beasts of Chaos have a low bravery statistic. The Hearthstone somehow improves it, makes him immune or something?
If you're wholly within 12, if a unit would flee, you half the number that would flee.
Pretty good.
But currently it is range 12, which that's why Noah kind of is bunkered up against with the Hearthstone.
Yeah, wholly within 12, right?
Yep.
So these guys right here will be out. They're bravery 5. Lost 3, so that'd be dice -2.
Yeah, they're likely gonna all die, so that's not gonna be a worry. But yeah, Zach was really looking for the big roll on the Spy Swarm hot. With the innate +1 and the +1 from the Crown Spine, he was really looking for maybe looking for the 8 to 10 range.
Yeah. Now, So again, for this tournament pack, all terrain is one specific type. Non-factory terrain is going to be inspiring for this map, and that's just +1 bravery.
Which is limited application because you have to be wholly within the terrain.
Oh, that's
Yeah, within an inch. So it's
terrible.
yeah, these two last rounds will have very limited impact from the mystical terrain side.
yeah. I was thinking maybe help out the beast player, but not really.
Yeah, we'll see how Zach wants to play this. He has a lot of routes, so he's gonna make some lot of interesting decisions.
Yeah, I could imagine because like these, what's the movement on the Lancers?
I believe are 14 or 16.
So they'll be able to easily get like right here and charge the Dragon Ogres if he wants.
But he has to make sure he's outside the 18 of the aura.
Yeah, so like it'll probably be like I think the 18's like right about there.
Probably
Maybe
a
a
little
bit longer
yeah,
here.
Yeah. So he really has to make sure that he stays out of it. But
Yeah.
where's some red?
Zach's putting something down.
That's his last spell, the Jiwan.
Oh, yeah.
Because one of the powerful interactions between the Demon Prince and the aura and the redeploy is that if you move within 3 to guarantee to try to make a 6-inch charge, the redeploy can really stop you from doing that.
Yeah.
Whereas if you get pinged by the Jiwan, you can't redeploy. Or yeah. So you should try to make it as safe as possible for his plays to succeed.
And they do mortal wounds, of course.
Yeah, so he's gonna every unit they pass through is gonna roll 1 dice.
I wonder what that roll was for. Oh, probably a mystic. Oh no, the +1 run thing you were talking about.
Well, I'm curious what that is actually.
You ask.
Yeah, because it does look like some kind of buff.
Yeah. He went ahead and put Mystic Shield on.
Yeah. Geminids. Yeah. Yeah, Zach just making sure he's gonna stop the redeploys. Yeah. I don't know where the woods come from. Yeah. So the Mystic Shield was casted by the Scathus Wild Hunt.
Okay.
Yeah. And you see the what's it called, the endless spell putting mortal wounds on all the units, so make sure none of those can issue a command before the combat phase.
Right. Okay, so how does that work? So if they do a mortal wound,
Yeah. If you when the Jiwan passes a unit at the end of their movement, you roll a die. On a 2-up, they take 1 mortal.
Alright.
And then if they suffer a wound from it, the unit cannot issue or I think receive a command until the combat phase.
Oh wow, I like that change from the initial. Because before, Geminids would like give them -1 to hit or like -1 attack or something, and it was all right. But I kind of like this in the current game.
It makes it so that your plans are more likely to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, each other unit within 1 on the 2+, unit suffers 1 mortal. Yeah, it cannot issue or receive commands until the start of the next combat phase.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah. Very powerful. Usually you see people combine that with shooting attacks because you can't issue all defense in the shooting phase. Zach likely is gonna try to take the objective on the right side of the Noah's board.
Right.
But that's kind of what Noah wants. See, Noah wants Zach to commit stuff to staying and take the points. Because one of the powerful aspects of Sylvaneth is you just strike and fade, not being able to catch them. But this case, on these objective setups, Zach has to leave something on the other side to take it.
Okay.
Yeah. Or he would just be behind on points.
Yeah. Now, does Noah have anything in reserve?
No, there's no reserve from Noah, but he does get the summon. Which you do see the little gold die next to the green die on the left side of the board. That's the summoning points.
Right here, or oh. Okay, right.
Yeah, the green is the command, and the gold die is the summoning.
Okay.
And here we see the Lancers coming in.
Yeah, we are just now getting the movement phase, by the way, folks.
Yeah.
This is it definitely feels like a more because it is.
It's gonna be more cagey, yeah.
Army than Map Slave, I guess.
Yeah, so the Lancer is gonna have a 6-inch charge on either of those. Should be pretty doable. And that's why the gym hits are pretty important. If he didn't have it, then the Gore's gonna run away with a redeploy, and then that would have really put a hindrance on Zach's plan. Because Zach's battle tactic doesn't require him to make a charge of some sort.
Yeah.
And then here we see Zach moving up the left side of the flank, making sure he's gonna hit something outside the Demon Prince aura and still take advantage of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then both players are kind of okay with that situation. Noah wants to get a piece of Zach's army, regardless of what it is. And he just wants to make sure he starts attritioning down Zach's army. And Zach wants to take up board space, so Noah's army doesn't overspread out on the board to limit what he can do.
Yeah, so that makes me wonder if he gets the long charge, if he's gonna go for the Dragon Ogres, or if he's gonna go.
Yeah, he can't make that charge because if he's making into the Blood Slick, if they're outside, then it could be doable.
Yeah. I imagine that's why he kind of went that way, is to hedge his bets a little bit. Now the question is, like, where is this Kron Spine gonna go? Like,
that's where the play from Noah is kind of it's really brilliant, because it really limits what the Kron Spine can do.
Yeah, because like it can go here, but then it's gonna have a hard time making a charge because the Demon Praetor is definitely gonna be out to here by that point.
Yeah, and it can't really hit the Dragon Ogres because they will definitely attempt to redeploy away.
Yeah, like this was a really good setup for Noah. Now, if Noah gets double turn, I'm not.
I don't think it affects him all that bad. Because the Lancers are gonna delete the chaff, and then.
Yeah, and I guess I got to remember that Noah can summon.
Yeah.
And that is like summoning late game when you have that big bank of points. You're summoning a decent sized unit that just takes objectives.
And here we see Zach doing the correct maneuver, just using the True Rest to block off all angles of summoning, so Noah cannot take his objectives.
What are the summoning rules for
6 inches on the board edge?
Okay.
Harness the Spirit Path. Just double checking the name. Let's just make sure we put it right in. Yeah.
Board and games.
Yeah.
Harness the Spirit.
Yeah.
Zach's battle tactic is harness the Spirit Path.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. I'll go ahead and give it up to you.
And we have. Thank you for all the viewers joining us for this round 4 of the Hammerfest. We see people from all over the states, and hopefully maybe some even Europeans, and Australians. And then we got some West Coasters. The famous SoCal TO is back.
Okay. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, and then we got to see Mike Vaginals and us, long time AOS player.
Nice. See, you know all these people, and I'm just like, names on the internet.
Yeah. Zach's just gonna try to do a good job blocking off every board edge, so Noah doesn't get any try to sneak up on him on the points.
These are this is his
the warband.
Yeah. From Warcry? Or?
Yes, I believe that's Scatheless Wild Hunt.
Yeah.
Pretty cool unit. Got a bow, got some fighting.
Yeah, I like the warband units you don't see a lot, but what do? They generally serve a very cool purpose. Like, my favorite that I think I've ever seen was Tyler Rabb was running Stormcast Eternals with the Witch Hunter dude. Oh yeah, that's with the D6 damage crossbow. That thing was just like, what?
It is very spicy, yeah. And yeah, look, if you type exclamation point list, it will bring you to the list that both players are using.
Actually, that link is for all the lists, but you can look for them by their name, Zach and Noah.
And then Zach's season is not specifically listed, but it is dwindling. for his Sylvaneth army.
Yeah. The Tree Song Revenant.
Yeah. Just closing the gap. Like the Warsong Revenant is surprisingly a very tanky model for just being a caster, and it can do some damage in combat, so it's not gonna fall to the mode very easily.
It looked like for a moment that he was measuring distance from the terrain.
Yeah, because it has to be within 9 from the Overgrown to get the +1 to cast.
Right.
Yeah, and Zach is gonna do. And you see Zach just playing very conservatively with the crossbite, because it really cannot get any value going up forward.
Yeah, you keep it back, and honestly, like, just let it hang out back there and just chill until he really needs it. Like,
yeah, it's gonna block it off, and it's a very good defensive piece also.
Yeah, both players seem to be in a really good position.
Yeah,
like,
it's gonna come. Like the early stages of this mission is gonna be a lot about positioning.
Yeah. Turn 3 is when they can start to burn objectives.
Battle round 2. So starting, yeah. But you generally don't want to do burn it starting that early because they start putting you down on a deficit. Because it makes it harder for you to score 1, 2, and more.
Right.
Here we see in the charge phase, and that looks like bugs are gonna make it. They are in bounty hunters, so those are gonna get splattered.
Poor doors, never had a chance. What are the rules on him? I know we covered it yesterday, but I forgot. For teleporting those units back, can he just?
He can tell after a Sylvaneth unit has fought, he can immediately afterward teleport to a wildwood or overgrown piece of terrain that is not within 3 inches of an enemy unit, and then they have to be they have to be 9 inches away from enemy units afterward.
Okay.
So you're usually gonna see Zach bounce back to the walls likely.
Yeah, it's like probably right around here.
Yeah.
How good are these Dragon Boys in melee?
Pretty solid. I believe the Noah's weapon choice are 8 pair weapons, so Dragon Ogre starts to get to reroll once if they're wholly within 12 of a Shaggoth.
Okay.
And then Hearthstone gives them all an extra point of rend. So they have a lot of attacks, and then just kind of put up a lot of damage one.
What's the range on the rend for the Hearthstone?
Hearthstone, the rend is actually board wide.
What?
Yeah.
That's pretty dang good.
Yeah. Here we see some charges coming in from the Jiwanites. Or not from the Lancers.
Do the Lancers get any benefit from charging?
No, they do. They get strike first when they charge.
Oh, yeah, that's a thing.
So yeah, Zach's on the fight and then just murder the gold. These are all gold. These are all gonna just get evaporated.
Yeah, I mean, and for looking at this, these cores are what, 70 points a unit?
Might be 80.
Yeah, I mean, so they're cheap, but and then these Spike Song dudes, they're the Lancers. They're like, aren't they like almost 300 and 400 points?
Yeah, they're for the reinforced unit. There are 420.
Nice.
Yeah. So they're supposed to be this good, and then no one just screening them out like you're supposed to. Otherwise, so yeah.
Yeah, because it looks like he might be losing a chunk, but he's just like wolves.
Both players are kind of okay with this situation happening right now.
Fantastic from what Tom was saying is that they can teleport after they fight, but they need to go within like an overgrown or a wildwood, so it'd be like
yes. The unit on the left can outbounce because there's no overgrown things next to them. So it's mostly the right ones because they're sitting right in the strike range of the enlightened disc.
Oh yeah. So you imagine he's gonna be pulling these back?
Yeah. There's no reason to leave them there because then if no one wins Prio, they're all dead.
Is it one unit or any unit?
Sorry?
Is it one unit after they fight or all units?
Just one unit.
Oh.
Yeah. There's a sub faction that lets you once per game teleport another unit, but it has to be Spy Remnants.
Yeah. And then also this unit right here has Mystic Shield, which is going to help them if these guys decide to go this way. But I don't imagine they would, because then that just lets the Kronspine come in here because it'll be outside the bubble.
Yeah, it's gonna come down to this prio to see what the next move from the other players are.
Yeah.
I would imagine you do want to kind of go that way and then just move the Demon Prince over.
Yeah. It looks a little. It'll be some interesting move because it looks a little tight in here with how everything's packed in.
Yeah.
Like, because you got a unit here, you have a unit here, and I think this is a different unit too.
Yeah. It might just be that whole thing is a 1 unit of 30 Zangors.
Oh, this whole thing minus that?
Yeah. Lancers, I believe they're 3s and 3s, nothing's too special. You're probably gonna see Zach use all out attack there because there's a lot of them around and no reason to hoard up 4 CPs from him.
And does he have to wipe out the unit for his battle tactic?
Just make a charge.
Teleport?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it. And yep, Gors died.
Yep, dead Gors are dead. And I guess, leaving this here would allow him to control more than his opponent.
Yeah. Just people doing right things, which is what you want to see.
Yep, especially 3-0. This is like try-hard day.
Yeah. And I believe these are the bugs attacking into the Gors, and they're all dead.
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
Maybe there's 2 left. Well, no. We'll see. No, they're dead. Oh, yep.
Yep.
They bite the dust.
Yep, and like Tom said, teleporting him back.
And that is Zach likely going to be on 5 points also.
Yeah.
Tied going into round 2.
Yeah, pretty much. There's no way that he won't.
Yeah. Zach fought with this unit, and then because strike first, he's going to go with that unit next.
Yep.
And unless something horrendous happens.
Like, I don't know.
Like something real terrible.
I'm trying to think,
He has to roll a lot of ones.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
Yeah. Or the table somehow collapses and all the models go everywhere.
Yeah, just they get the pilot 6 and then they're gonna one guy's gonna be the objective.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one thing you do have to be careful playing this kind of build is the coherency on the 6-men of Lancers.
Yeah.
They're quite big, so you have to make sure you do a kind of a triangle. Yeah, triangle pattern.
Also, he's very close to the table, so he has to make sure those bases are on the mat.
Yeah.
I know it looks like on the angle from the camera this one isn't, but it's gotta be. These are 2 high-level players. They're not gonna let their opponent get away with things.
Yeah. I do have to check one thing slightly. I'll be right back. So one thing I didn't realize, I noticed, is that one of the mechanics with the Beast of Chaos White Dwarf update is the not just a wonderful Hearthstone update. A bunch of they give a bunch of the monster actions.
Oh.
So one of the things I think Noah's is not doing is the Primordial Roar, which is the at the end of the charge phase. You can roll a die, and then you generate summoning points.
Oh yeah, yell at the sky is what we call it.
Yeah. I don't think he has been yelling at the sky, because there's definitely no roll has been rolled, and then I checked the summoning dice, and it still says 1. So that could come into bite, because every turn, every battle round, you get to roll it twice, because you get to roll on your turn, your opponent's
turn. Does it say you may?
Yeah, it's always a may, yeah.
Alright.
Because it's a monster's action. You definitely don't have to do any of this.
Right.
So yeah, you're gonna see 5 points from Zach. And then here we go.
gonna be a pretty important roll off or priority.
I believe both players, if they win, they might try to give it away.
Honestly, yeah.
Yep. Player just checking out the scores. Always important to make sure you're on the same page.
Yeah, keep your own score. Just, not that you expect your opponent to cheat, but
paper works.
Yeah.
You see a 4 from Noah.
Yep, and
Something.
was that a 6?
Yeah.
All right.
And Zach has given the turn away to Noah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Which is a very good thing to do from Zach's point, because there's no threat anywhere coming in from Noah. But the only thing Noah can realistically hit is Mystic Shielded Lancers. And even against her Stone's Ren, the Dragon Ogre's only Ren 1, so he's going to be able to be +1 to his base save.
Yeah, and he has Hurricane Shield on them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, really, like...
He's going to maybe lose like 1 to 2.
Yeah, and looking at this, it's like...
3 of save and 5 wounds each. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, and Zach's like, come to me, like, you're packed in. Like, if I go into you, I'm just going to get destroyed. So, just like, hang out. He's got more victory points, because he'll hold more than... Zach would have to get him off like this. Or sorry, Noah would have to get Zach off that, or like somehow snipe this. But, again, he can't summon from pretty much any of this board.
And giving a turn away has another benefit. So if he dispels the Jiwaneth, then Zach can summon it again.
Yeah.
Whereas if Noah was able to give the turn back to Zach, he could dispel the Jiwaneth on his turn, so he can't summon it that turn.
Yeah.
So Zach will probably likely get one turn use out of the Jiwaneth on this battle round 2 again.
Yeah.
Which is not going to have that big of an effect on the Noah's turn. It might prevent some runnings, but yeah. So in this situation, Noah he has to take his point back from the Lancers, but you can't really. There's not an easy angle for him to get 5 points.
No, really. I mean, what's the movement on them?
Dragon Ogres. They're gonna move D6 with the Thunderscore movement, and then they're gonna move, I believe, 10.
Okay, so yeah, it's just he also has to have the triangle coherency thing because of the amount of models.
Here you see the Thunderscore move.
Yep, just like maybe try to get like one here, one here.
He could get demolished in combat. Just the damage is not gonna be spectacular.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a 3F save.
Yeah. 3FC plus the 5 wounds. That 5 wounds is a lot.
Yeah.
Especially on that that save.
And if the bugs kill anything in any phase, they're gonna heal all back. And they have an innate built-in 5 of rally.
Damn.
Yeah. It's a hard
unit to crack.
Up.
Yeah, and by having that 6-span unit while you're having to deal with coherency issues, it's just inherently easier to let him survive.
Here we see the Hailstorm casting, and then there's the Unbind.
Yep. Double checking ranges. 6 and a 7.
And then Sunbound, because the Warzone Rev gets +2.
Yeah, that's really good.
We see Mystic Shield going next.
Plus, he would have had his reroll if he needed it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, there's not really much failure points on Zach's list. Like, it just has a lot of tools.
Yeah.
Tools to handle a lot of situations. It has Jiwaneth to make sure you don't get the big redeploys.
Yep.
Has a Strike First and access to Ren 3 and on the Lancers, and then the bounce out just happens automatic.
Yeah,
and then innate +2 to cast with 3 casting attempts, so it's a very solid list.
Yeah, it is.
There's not really much weakness. Like, you can say it's slightly weaker to shooting, as it does kind of have that issue. Like, if you get like a KO army, you can potentially just pick up a whole unit of bugs, and then it can be a little tricky.
And I like the way Sylvaneth is right. I think they're in a good spot.
Yeah, we see the very completely. There's not a single overlap model from Matt Robish's list and Zach's list.
Yeah, and then we have another player from Austin, Milo, who's playing Sylvaneth, and he's running Stormdrake Guard into Sylvaneth. Like, it's just like, it's so many cool different list variations you can make.
It is really funny that Matt Robish's list, all hardwood, all Kurnoth with the Illyrio.
Yeah.
And then here today, Zach is all Bucks, Tree Remnants, and the Warsong Revenant.
Yeah, like, it's
played the whole book. The whole book's played. Maybe Sword Kurnoth. Those are still kind of bad. But don't take those. But besides that, everything else is kind of okay.
Which is funny. Sword Kurnoth used to be the go-to back in the day. Back in my day.
Yeah, we're gonna see some ineffective spell casting, and then we're gonna see what Noah wants to do for battle tactics.
Oh, Desecrate. Okay, so it looks like Noah went with Desecrate.
Yep. That's a good easy one to do. You see the walls on the center, and one of the things about playing Sylvaneth is that you do summon a lot of terrain.
Yeah, you do.
And those are very desecratable.
Yeah.
You see, like the woods that Zach put down for the beginning of the game, that is easily that's desecrate. This one. Yeah. Cannot desecrate any terrain on your side of the board, unfortunately. Our Luminous Rollers. That's always been a book about taking very few war scrolls and taking the maximum number of them.
Yeah.
Foxes, Foxfam, Sentinels. There's never been a book super above variety. So hopefully, if you can see a Luminous list with like 5 scrolls, that's an improvement.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like I wanted Luminous, to be not what they are right now. So I bought into it wholeheartedly. I'm like, these are gonna be cool.
Yeah, I have a whole range. It's just like they're all the same.
It's like
Sentinels, Warlings, Downriders if you're feeling spicy, and then Foxes, and it's a lot of characters. But your troops are the same.
So I took it to the Warhammer, like the GW Austin event here 2 years ago. I did terribly, but I had a lot of fun with Techless and Kangaroos.
Yeah.
Like, it was an adorable list. It was terrible, but it was good.
So you see the Shaggins move, and then we see a redeploy being rolled. So we'll see what unit get redeployed. Likely the bugs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Makes sense. Kind of clog up the area.
Dragon Ogres are actually only moving to 8.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so here you see what Zach's doing is pulling the Dragon Ogres to the one side.
Yeah.
Like Noah's still gonna get his points, get his objective back, but like pulls the Dragon Ogres in a direction they don't necessarily want to be in.
Yeah, because it's bringing them closer to
the board edge.
Yeah.
With the wall and then a skate blocking it in. So.
Yeah, it's not a good spot.
Yeah. And then let's just double check Noah's weapon choice on the Dragon Ogres. Let's pair the ancient weapons. So what that means is each Dragon Ogre is gonna have 6 attacks apiece, 3s and 3s, rend 1 with the Hearthstone and 1 damage.
Okay.
Bounty hunters, but they're not fighting any Galatian vets, so just gonna be 1 damage. And then they're gonna have I think the 4 claws.
Oh, I think he's sending his Zangors on disc over there.
Yeah.
And those guys, I know they truck pretty hard.
Oh yeah. And that does make sense, because one thing about Zangor Disc is you want to make sure you're charging them into a combat situation that's like odd numbers. Because the Zangor Enlightened rules currently still has if they fight after a unit within 3 of them has fought, they get rerolls on all the hits and wounds.
Yeah.
Which does mean you cannot send Zangors in there by themselves. So you need to fight them after something else that has fought already.
Yeah. Like your Dragon Ogres.
Yeah. Which, funnily enough, fighting last is very beneficial to Zangors in some situations.
Yeah. And then also, so they can charge into a unit by themselves if the opponent fights first.
Yeah, that's good for them too.
Yeah, so I mean, because I've had that happen to me quite a more bit than I'd like to admit. Just eating that and be like, oh, this is bad.
And here we see Noah do what he like has to do. The Sylvaneth player leaves something out there, and you have to take it.
Yeah.
Like you can't. The option of having them like.
What's this rolling?
Zach here is rolling for the Jiwan, and already you forgot to move him.
Okay, yes, because they would go at the end of the hero phase.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna do some chip damage wounds, but the issue command part is not gonna be. It will come up because it stops the reroll charge command.
Right.
But the units are close enough; it's not gonna super matter.
Okay.
Like it did not look like I hit the Zangor disc, which is the one unit that needs the reroll charge.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, although that would suck if you rolled Snake Eyes on his Dragon.
Yeah.
But then he has the Shag off, so.
Yeah. You see the disc also coming in? Mm-hmm. Just zooming in, making sure, giving the spears and the beaks +1 to hit.
Yeah, that's the hero, the Enlightened Hero or whatever.
Yeah, Enlightened on the disc. The Shaman, yeah. It's a pretty powerful piece. It's very fast. It gets to zoom around a lot.
This gold thing is a Sphinx, right?
Yeah. Singh Shaman, yeah. Movement 16. That's a very good number.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Movement 16.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Speeding around.
Alright, and we have
the spears and the vicious beaks for the enlightened and the arrows and the skyfires. And then you see the 30-man Zangor block. They're still gonna just be like. Players just clarifying what terrain piece got chosen to desecrate. And I believe it's rectangular, this wall here.
Yeah. Because, if correct me if I'm wrong, Tom, but to control a piece of terrain, it's more models within 3 inches.
Yeah.
And the extra model count for like bigger models, right? So applies. Like for having like multi-room.
Yeah, I believe the Zangors will still get to count as 3 because the expert conquers.
Yeah. And the good thing is, like, he can just like move
one guy, one.
Yeah, guys here because like there's one guy. I think he's within 3.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, and you just got to go here, so you're out of there to like out of redeploy range, and so there's nothing that counterplay that Zach can do at this point to prevent that.
Mikey, that was like 10 years ago when we did that. That's a summon cockatrice.
Ooh. I would assume he put Bloodslip ground up again?
Yeah. You see the tokens there.
Oh, okay.
Because the Mystic Shield got unbound. Gonna double check the summoning points left on the Nolan. It looked like the Shagged did fail a charge on the double ones. So you make sure you move your Jiwan.
Yeah, Caster's Curse.
Yeah. Here comes the disc.
Was it the Ogres or the Shaggoth that failed?
The Shaggoth.
Okay. Oh, that's annoying because it's kind of clogging up that area real bad. Like clogging up this area. Real bad.
As long as he makes a one charge to the dragon.
Yeah, my biggest concern is the.
So it looks like the old dragon ogres also failed the charge.
All right, come on, shove it.
No. So no one has 2 summoning points.
So yeah, those geminids in that positioning, hitting these units was really important because that's, I mean, it has prevented reroll the charges.
Yeah.
So,
And then if you roll, it doesn't work.
yeah, and ultimately, this is a dice game.
Hey, we got bots.
We do, we're big time.
Yeah, we made
We got
it.
boss, and how do I ban boss? Steven, Ryan, Al.
Someone. So now, because only the Zangors made it, only the Zangors made it, they will not be getting any rerolls.
Yep.
No rerolls, but the spears do still get +1 to hit. So hopefully you just have to roll out of it.
He was wearing it. He took it off. It's a little warm over by the player table.
Yeah. So these are gonna end up poorly. What's gonna really happen is like you're gonna see 2, maybe 2.5 die, and then a lot of discs are gonna die because they're only at 5 of save.
Yeah. How big of a blow is losing that, like losing those balls, going to be to Noah here?
That is gonna be pretty huge because like it might even stop Noah from getting his point back. Because bugs do count as 2 each.
Yeah, and these guys count as 2 each only.
Yeah. So it's gonna. Noah has 7, 8. So it's 6, 8, 12.
Yeah, it
So-
looks like he maybe has 4.
So
Maybe?
will be interesting. So we see 6 damage going through with the spear. So 1 bug is down, going down.
All right.
2 bugs.
I mean, that is still 10 damage going through.
Yep.
It's pretty good.
The Ren 2 is still pretty serious. The beak's only doing, I believe 2 damage, and then here's the disc attacks. The money makers, actually, these are the most dangerous part of that.
You know, you're not wrong. I've done more damage from a disc than I
The
can.
discs are very dangerous. The things they're riding.
Yeah, but I just saw a bunch of 1s and 2s.
Yeah. They do hit on like not pretty. So they're the Ren 2.
That's really spicy.
Yeah.
Flat 1 damage?
D3.
That was my idea.
So we are seeing 2 die. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, Noah really needed a lot of the disc damage to go through to try to get some of them. What are summoning points looking? Summoning points are 2 summoning points right now. Yeah, the damage did not look great, and then Zach's gonna strike back now.
Yeah.
And the thing about this combat situation, like, he's gonna fight, he's gonna do some damage. Next turn he's gonna fight again, and then teleport out.
Yeah, and that's the...
Or if he can, he might be too far from overground to not to, but he might just retreat.
Yeah. And it looks like he's piling in to get more towards that objective. And now that he's under 5 models, he no longer has to do that like weird triangle formation for coherence. Do these guys, the Lancers, do they pile in 6 only in the charge?
No, always with their commands.
Yep. I'm assuming that cockatrice was in 3, that terrain piece.
Yeah. Let's see here. Lancers. 4 attacks each. Still do a lot of hurt. Run 2, 1 damage.
Yeah. And then they got their mounts, which again, like you said, if they manage to kill something, they heal.
Yeah. Yeah, this unit includes any banner bearers. Models of this unit can move up to 6 inches when they make a pilot move instead of 3. It's a very powerful command center. It's 5 up rally from the musician and then 6-inch paladin.
Yeah. I mean, it is a new GW model, so you know they're going to make it pretty good.
Yeah. And we see 2 discs dying.
How many wins on the discs? 3?
These are 4 each.
Okay.
So you're gonna see them heal to full.
I think he might have enough models on the objective to take it back.
So Zach has 8, and then Noah has more than 8. It looks currently.
Yeah, these will be 4 and then 4, so that'll be 10.
And then the shaman.
Oh, you're right. This little dude hanging out there. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. He needs to kill a little more. And the bugs are. Let's see. Yeah, 4 points. 4 points for Noah. So now it's Zach's turn. And this is gonna hurt.
So
The card is gonna be maybe be able to go into the Dragon Ogres. If Noah fails to dispel the Geminids.
yeah. Do we know what battle target?
Not yet. Yeah, that was really big because if Noah was able to make any of those charges, the disc would have gotten rerolls and then pumped a bunch of damage.
Honestly, that fail charge is probably
That's pretty big.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is definitely still winnable for Noah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yes. So now it's Zach's turn.
Yep.
Got a CP. Yeah. And we see Zach is not really going to be out of position with any of his buffs. Tree Song, you just pick a Wildwood to cast, so you can just arc it onto itself. And then you can teleport the Lancers into it, and then you can put a Hive next to the Lancers to give them +3 charge.
Yep.
So A lot of consistency built into the army.
So do we think Conspine's going to come just lock down this unit?
It's gonna depend if the Jiwan goes away.
Right.
And no one has a way for Zach to pick a battle tactic first. And Zach has a lot of options. He has literally. I think I would desecrate maybe.
Yeah. What would you?
I would desecrate that tower.
This one right here?
Yeah.
And leave these here?
I would just like retreat probably, fly off.
Yeah.
Gaining momentum, also a good one.
Yeah. I mean, he could also against the odds. He hasn't done that.
Yeah, Zach has chosen barge through enemy lines.
What's up?
Barge through enemy lines. So you're likely to see the tree remnant just go pick up their bonus point right now. It does look like the Jiwan did not get filled, did not get dispelled.
Ah.
So they're suddenly around. So yeah, probably the Crown Spy is gonna like hop over, attack some Dragon Ogres, and then you're gonna see some Lancers on the bottom probably charging to the Zangor block.
Okay, Zangor's being these right here.
Yeah.
And probably these guys down here.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good plan.
The thing about Zach's army is that you can hit anything on the board
Yeah, that is really strong.
with melee. Wonder what spell he wants to cast. He definitely wants to put out a tree song
Yeah.
if he wants to go into the Zangors.
I wonder if he wants to drop another Wildwood?
Yeah, he can do his old spell rotation again.
Yeah, like, then since he could cast it, I mean, honestly, he could probably fit a Wildwood in here, and that would give him another, like, pullback position for ending the game with take what's theirs.
Yeah, he could start setting it up next turn. This is on turn 3, like, probably. Yep, we see another Woods getting summoned.
Check it from bind range, I'm assuming?
Yeah. Yep. It's got to find the small trees. There you go.
Yeah.
Making sure he's out of the range of his own endless spells also.
Now, does he need to use each individual piece, or could he, like, span out 3 of this piece?
You can spend out, like when you summon a new one, just pick from any existing gear. As long as you own it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, as long as you have the tree models.
At least now you don't need to own $300 worth of trees
That
before
is
you can play something.
That is true. And here's the Spy Swarm Hive. Unleash the spites.
Yep.
One Zangor has died.
Looks like he got a 8.
Yeah. Pretty low roll with a +2, but he's not gonna it's like unlikely for Zach to reroll it.
Yeah, it's fine. It's not like it's there to do much. It's just,
He'd rather get all his spell off instead. So that's his second cast, and Zach has 2 more spells to cast.
I imagine we're going to be seeing Mystic Shield go out.
And then you're going to see Zach put a bug back into that unit with Valdez Harmony. Here's the third spell. Casting from the tree. He's been doing pretty well at these events with the Beast of Chaos. He most recent 4-1s a lot.
Yeah.
As this faction does have a lot of terrible matchups.
Yeah, it is impressive he's going this far with it too.
Yeah.
Like,
let's see. I believe that third spell was Tree Song to give the extra rend. Here we see all the spell has been casted, so Jiwan is doing their move. And they're just gonna move like this and this, so it's just gonna tag a lot of units.
yep. The old swirly swirl.
Yeah, I agree, Tom. Like the Beast of Chaos is very swingy matchup wise. You're gonna dunk on a lot of matchups, but someone just like, alright, it's doomed. But it's still a great army to play. Like sometimes, if you try the right matchups, you can still definitely 5-0 with them.
Yeah.
Curious what Zach is gonna do now. Like, he definitely wants the barge to get the bonus points, but it does leave him the backlines a little bit exposed if he goes for that.
Yeah.
And it does not look like a Spice from Hive got put out. So the Lancers, they teleport, are looking for 9 charges. So we'll see how he wants to tackle this situation.
Is it California? There's no earthquakes.
Yeah.
Huh?
Is it okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
You see some beginning of movement phase.
Yep.
Tree reps teleporting, and that's some barging enemy lines. Now, because the tree reps are Galatian veterans, this is gonna put Zach ahead by likely 2 points at the end of this turn.
Because was it break through their lines, say you
Yeah.
bonus if there's Galatians?
Yeah, if you do it with 2 Galatian veterans.
Oh, okay, but they have their natural War Scroll teleport ability.
Yeah.
So, yep.
You see Zach measuring out the distance.
Oh, butts it out to 9 inches.
9 inches might be the most important measurement in the AOS.
It really is.
Yeah. Make sure you're out of 9 to stop redeploy. You have to be out of 9 if you teleport, and then yeah. Very
Yeah,
useful.
3 9 inches like are the most important.
Yeah.
So you get 3 for melee distances and then 9 for
Yeah.
any movement outside of your normal movement phase.
And you're just like, woo! And that is the tactic complete right there. That's
Yeah.
it.
And that is going to be 3 for him just from that tactic.
Yeah. Here we really see Zack maximizing the value of his army, just squeezing it, every ounce out of every model.
Yeah, like using a lot of
Yeah.
like the cool movement mechanics of Sylvaneth to his
And you really have to play it like this, like to get the results. Because if you look at it, right, Zack's army has like 24 models,
Yeah.
and it's very thin.
Yeah. And on paper, it's a very, you're just like, what?
And here we see the Incarnate
Yeah, moving outside
coming
three.
in. And once again, they have been tagged by Geminids, so they can't redeploy. Yep, and then, yep. And there's no shooting.
Yeah? You
Just-
say shootyless,
Bad. There's no really shooting, but Lancers that goes fast enough, it kind of feels like shooting.
yeah. Yeah, they shoot themselves.
Yeah, it's like. Warstone Revenant probably gonna move up a little bit now.
I guess not as worried about summoning in his backline anymore.
Well, when you abandon one side, you don't really have to protect the other side.
True.
You just want to make sure. It was okay to do it on turn 1. This doesn't cost him anything. But when you have to like give up like real board position, where your other pieces have to move up, you like have to like make sacrifices. And it's also he's on the bottom of the turn because he gave it away to Noah, so now he gets to
Right.
now he gets to like try to play for get the double if he needs it. Because if he gets a good turn this turn and get a double, he can really push his advantage.
Yeah, that is very true. And since those revenants are glacians, he can declare proving grounds and teleport there and pretty much auto-snipe objectives. So.
Yeah. It's a very interesting proving ground situation because both army can summon GVs onto objectives, so it makes it very tricky to use the proving grounds.
Yeah.
Few units in the book are meant to be the hammers and use unless I miss them, I don't really see it. Yeah, the Incarnates can do some hammering.
Yeah?
And then you see the other Lancer moving out to fight the cockatrice.
Yeah. Is there anything like super scary about the cockatrice?
Not really. It can't even issue any commands right now, so
Okay.
yeah. It can be dangerous on turn 3 with the rend, with the extra rend from the Hearthstone, but besides that, not really.
I guess the most relevant thing about it is it kind of has more models for being on train due to its wounded monster.
Yep, for sure. Incarnate to wipe out the Dragon Ogre, so many ones to go through, yeah. Huh. Colonel with sides are fine, they're just super expensive. You kind of have to bring the Arch Revenant with them, so it's like a package deal of like 600 points.
Yeah. Moving his warband up too.
So now we're just gonna see some charges. Oh. Oh yeah, that was shooting from the skating, the warband. The one bow planking.
I was like, what are you holding?
Yeah. It's charging. The Incarnate has made it.
Yep. And now that's his new home.
Yep.
Same with the Dragon Ogres.
Because also, like the Aura, the Incarnate can also not retreat.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of sitting there. Until it dies or the thing it fights dies. Lancers Might be a fail. He might be contemplating if he wants to reroll or not.
You know, Tom, at one of our local events recently in Austin, it was Giants player, you know, the standard like copy paste, gate crasher, incarnate list. Versus a dude playing like with a Gotrek in his list.
Nice.
Gotrek killed the caster giant, which then made the incarnate go wild, and it charged and killed another target for him.
Perfect.
And it's just like
you really got to manage your threats.
Yeah, that was a good comeuppance, I think.
Yep. Now we see everything kind of just fighting there. And we see the warband kind of just sliding across. And Zach's making sure to get onto the point so he can take it.
Yep.
So this could be a 7-point turn.
7.
Because he can burn the objective for another point.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
So that will put him at the 12-9. So. That's correct. Drogers could in fact do that.
Do what? Oh yeah, that is.
We'll see if that is the chosen path.
You know, these drogers quit because they're out of range.
Oh right, no, that's a Shaggoth.
Yeah, the Shaggoth, but they failed their charge.
No. He's saying this can pilot.
No, they shouldn't get outside.
No. This unit got charged. So he can go over it.
Right,
Yeah.
but I don't think he moved it any closer, did he?
No, not that guy. This time. Because this unit is in fight. They're fighting now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this guy right here.
Yeah.
Is he with the, so like with the 3 of there?
No, he's fighting. So he's howling that way.
He was out of range.
No, they're fighting, so he's eligible to pilot.
Oh, right. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So it could be. But it's not gonna be that much damage. Oh, here comes Bugs first. They have to fight first.
Actually, no, he can't because it has to be towards the nearest enemy unit.
And it's not the incarnate.
Oh, that's on a model by model base? Okay.
So here we see the lances piling in. And that chicken is very dead. Zach making sure there's some incoherency, but the chicken has no save against those bugs, so. Yeah, the tree list is interesting because it bears no resemblance to the tree list you saw yesterday.
Yeah.
You could have seen them as 2 different factions, realistically.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, it's so different.
Yeah. Like, Rovish's list is trying to everyone within 12 inches of the bubble to get +3 move, and this list is like trying to spread out as much as possible. And the chicken got skewered.
Heck, I don't even think the lists share a spell between them either.
They both have tree song.
Okay. Yeah.
That's it. And then now Zach has to go with the regular fighting phase, so he's gonna go with those bugs first. Just trying to wipe out those disc. If not, it's not the worst thing because there's still always the objective. Now what's dangerous is if the disc now gets to reroll when they fight.
Yeah, he needs to take out these discs real quick.
So you probably see him spend a CP for all attack. So all defense on the disc could be good, so it makes it 6 up against the lances. So not being able to get a spell off can prove to be devastating.
Which piece of chaos thing, Lewis?
Are they good? They're pretty good right now. Like You get a lot of bodies for wounds, and you get a lot of control effects with the hailstorm and the corn demon prince, and then
You get decent summoning.
decent summoning. You're just kind of good at everything besides shooting. Ungors are not the best. Ooh, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of spears.
Like all the spears.
Yeah, most of it. It looks like he missed 4. So 12 saves. So 3, looks like 3 have died. Yeah, you probably see them a lot. They're a pretty good army, and then a lot of people has models for them and just don't play it. Because before the change, they were very bad. And then look, the discs have all died. We're really the same person.
That's impressive. So I don't see you typing at all on
Yeah.
chat.
Yeah. Yep. And you see the Dragon Ogre is gonna maybe, if you get the level, the Incarnate will be very good.
Do you want to explain the level?
Yeah, so Incarnate does not have a wound pool. So what happens at the end of the phase, end of the turn, you add up the number of wounds with a 3d6. And if it exceeds 18, it will lose a level.
Okay. And it starts at level 2?
Yeah.
So basically you have to kill it for 2 rounds.
Yeah. Unlike Marathi, this can get very swingy. Marathi, you just do the 3 and then you can done, and then it's done.
Does it heal if it...
Yeah, it does heal if he doesn't deal level. So yeah. And yeah, Drogers they're gonna get to real ones because the Shagged is within wholly within 12. But basically blend part of the unit. Yeah. A lot of saves. Incarnate probably got all of the defense from the War Song, so probably saving on a 4 if I had to guess.
Yeah. Oh, how does that create constant level up?
Yeah, if it eats an endless spell or kills a monster.
Alright, are those Dragonborn monsters?
No, the Shagath is.
Okay.
So after his combat phase, we'll see how many wounds it has left. We'll run some save. And then 2 more.
Yep. Pulling a model.
So the Incarnate took 8 damage this turn, so it's unlikely to the level.
So he's looking to roll 10 and below.
No, he has to roll a 8 and below to D level.
Yeah, right.
If he rolls higher, it's fine.
Yeah, it looks like after 2 of those Dragonborn getting 9.
Yep.
And then 3 damage, something.
That's about right.
Yeah.
3s and 3s are not looking to do too much damage. Even at Ren 2 damage 2, and the Ren 3 damage 4 on the bites. So 7 points for Jack. He did burn the objective. So yeah, 7 points for Zach.
That's a really good turn.
Yeah.
Like, that's a really good turn.
And if you getting a double, you gotta start pushing for more advantages.
Yeah.
Players are checking the Silk Steel Nest rules, because when you do burn the objective, you do have to check the bravery.
Yeah, that is.
And it could do a lot of damage.
Yeah,
right?
it's not a low number mortality.
So here we have what happened was Silk Steel Nest blew up and did a bunch of mortals to all the Sylvaneth things and the Beast of Chaos things, and then the Incarnate did not de-level, so it's still level 2. And then we have a Prio coming up. And Zach has won the role.
That's good for Zach, not so much for Noah.
Yeah, so he has chosen gaining momentum.
All right.
So which is, he has to kill the Sphinx as his target for the battle tactic and control more objectives. Which he already does, control more objectives. And then that Sphinx is gonna die.
Yeah, it's really kind of out there now, not the best spot.
Yeah. And you're just gonna see Zach probably rally the bugs on the left side because they're out of combat. And then just fly around.
Yeah, pretty much. Like,
this could be another 6-point turn if Zach wants it to.
yeah, that would be from like the battle tactic, the objective, and burning one.
That's true, Tom. That's true, Tom. That is a saving grace, only saving grace left from this current situation. Yeah. I am surprised he is picking that tactic for round 3. I would have gone with personally the Sangor Shaman on the left side.
Yeah, that is like
A lot easier to kill, yeah.
yeah.
Incarnate did not level down.
Maybe he forgot that it was there.
I don't know, cause like
It's blended in kind of well. That'd be my guess.
That's kind of, well, no, not that side doesn't have the objective. You don't really need to be there. So he's focusing on trying to start breaking down that side.
True.
Yeah, 8 damage is not really like. Both players probably assume it's not gonna level down, but like at that point, Noah's hoping it levels down so it has a chance to kill it this turn. Now it's what happens is the Dragon Ogre's gonna die, and then the cat might die. It might die to spells, honestly. Like you can shoot the Arcane Bolt at it, and then you can shoot Spy Swarm at it, and then it could die, and then you can see Zack flying around bugs, and then take another 6 turns, 6 points.
It's taking a lot of incidental damage just from those Spy Swarms.
And you see Zack just doing a good job of just not engaging the Zangors.
Oh, okay.
There's really not a point to, because you can't really kill them. Is the Echo better? And the cat has died to spells.
Well.
And we see the spell just blowing up right now.
Can you see the screen all right?
This is called the chat curse, Tom. The cat was doomed when you said it.
Right.
Very interesting game so far. Like that charge earlier, like really made give the momentum to Zack.
Yeah.
And now Zack's gaining the momentum back.
Yeah. Which is why he took it.
Yeah.
Yeah, really though, like
Anthony, this is what happens when people play good factions at each other. It's just gonna be brutal.
both players are playing a really solid game. It really just came down to failed charge rolls.
And then, like he needed that to like kind of keep him in the game, and then like kind of the other one.
So, what's the path to victory here for Noah?
He's gonna try to summon things onto the objectives.
Okay, yeah, that would do
And then
it.
start stealing points back, and then the grand strat might come into play later.
Yeah. Because the grand strategy take what's theirs is you need to have more models or more units on the deployment zone.
Units on the opposing side of the
Table.
yeah, more than his opponent.
And I mean, we look at Zack's army. He has what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units, if I'm counting correctly.
Yeah.
No, 6, 7. I forgot about the reference in the back. So just by sheer being able to summon things on the table, it's very possible he can just outpace his opponent's army like that.
Will we stream the final game? It's actually gonna be a MCP stream after this.
But yes.
But just kidding. But we will stream the final.
We're actually playing Marvel vs. Capcom 2, me versus Tom Blonde, first to 10, money match.
That'd be kind of high, but yeah.
Yeah.
We will still be AOS streaming.
I mean, it would be really terrible because I'm bad at that game.
Yeah. Viper Beam.
Viper Beam.
Yeah.
Viper Beam.
No, we're just gonna do AOS.
If we were going to be streaming a fighting game, it'd have to be Strahd. Like, that new Guilty Gear game, so much fun. Sorry, Lewis, Street Fighter hasn't been good since Street Fighter 4. Maybe when 6 comes out.
Oh shit, we can't be talking about Street Fighter. Look at that tangent all the way to like Alaska.
Right. You ever hear Melting Blood?
Yeah.
I hear they played in the bathrooms.
Yeah. Yeah, this turn is pretty like just kind of.
Yeah, movement shenanigans.
Zack's gonna just tell you why Sylvaneth is good right now. It's like blasting things with spell, doing his battle tactic, moving things all over the map, charging things, and teleporting out, and then Noah's like in a block.
He doesn't like really need to do anything more to truly like win it. Like, he has to
just keep tempo. Yeah.
It's his game to lose at this point. Yeah. It's almost what it feels like.
Yeah. Now Noah needs to do something incredible basically to come back.
But it is possible. Like,
it is possible, but it's.
Yeah, moving those true revenants onto the objective proper.
Yeah. It's not normally you see Beast of Chaos get surrounded, but this is one of those situations.
Yeah. Really weird, actually.
Yeah.
You are. Just stop playing on that side of the table, then.
Yeah, it's one thing that the Beast of Chaos. I will check.
Zach doing his best not to hit the streaming equipment.
According to the Dice Rogers, it says he has 3 summoning points.
What do you think Noah's going to be looking to summoning in the next few turns going forward?
He's going to just summon the bodies, mostly.
Yeah.
Like, he's currently at 3 summoning points, so it's not going to be quite big enough to summon like the big pieces, but... Yep.
What do you know off the top of your head? Like, can he summon just like 5-10 gores at like one point?
Yeah, I believe the cheapest one is like Ungor, not Ungor Raiders. But I'll reference that real fast. Let's see. But yeah, he's gonna try to summon bodies under the board and try to hold on like that. But the cheapest thing is 10 Ungor for 3 points. Just blow bodies. Yeah, gores are 4. Yeah, warhounds are pretty interesting too. 10 warhounds are very long line of bodies.
Yeah. You can really conk them out. They kind of like, oh, I'm gonna go control this objective this turn.
Yeah, for sure. And you see, it's also Zach playing around the game swap mechanic of trying not killing heroes and just so that there's no spot around to give a unit +1 attack. And we see the javelin of the warband has put down a dragon and Shaggoth.
Just straight up.
And now we have a chaos spawn.
Yeah, those chaos spawns are like surprisingly just like.
Well, especially good in this army because they can have a command to give a +1 attack.
Just to give y'all an idea, we have about another hour left of this round. So these players are playing at a pretty good pace.
Yeah. And then the bugs have coming in.
Yep.
Bounty hunters, 2 damage each on the lance and the bug and the bite.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really matter how much damage you do. They're gonna bounce out, or the Zangor's gonna rally back.
Yeah.
And if he stays, that could be pretty deadly because those Zangors can do a lot of damage back for the bug.
Did Demon Prince die?
It didn't look like it. Yeah, got spelled off.
Wow.
At least Spice Swarm is serious.
Yeah, no, at least Spice Swarm is nuts.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Because I guess that's another chaos spawn right here.
Yeah. Double check for you guys, but yeah, it is dead. Yes, the blob-ish thing next to Noah's objective is indeed the Chaos Spawn from the Demon Prince.
Man, that's a demotion if I've heard one.
Yeah.
Demon Prince down to Chaos Spawn. Alright, just to give you all an idea of our schedule for the rest of the game, this round is going to go to 12:30. I'm not too sure if this game is going to last that long. But after that, we have an hour lunch, and we should be back around 1:25, 1:30 for the last game of the day, which will go to 4:30. And at that point, we'll be done, and that'll be our stream for this weekend.
Ooh, rules question. I will get the judge involved.
That's a good call out with the Demon Prince. Now, the thing is, we're not 100% sure if the judge is going to want to get involved with this, because at the start of the event, we asked the staff, do you want us to be like...
We got the judge involved, so they will take care of it right now.
Yeah, and I was just explaining to them how we're not there to hear to like really active judge, but if we do notice like a major kind of thing, we can bring it to their attention. And see what they're going to do about it.
Another character died, so so there was someone else that became a Demon Prince. That became a squad.
Gee, I didn't even realize there's another hero there.
Yeah. I believe it was a Brave Shaman.
Oh, the poor thing. Yeah, like we're saying, they didn't want us to get involved, but we can bring things to their attention like that. Yeah. Last we had at 3-0, there was Matt Robish. I don't remember who the other three were. I was honestly Lewis.
Yeah. It's a tough crowd things, just getting beat up by Harambe's heroes when it matters.
Hey, at least it's not weird knobs beating up weird knobs anymore.
Yeah,
We're
true.
getting beat up by other people.
Yeah.
Chris Long was 3-0, but he lost to James West's Cruel Boys, which James West. Let's see, Matt Robish was 3-0, or he still is technically. He's playing Brian Lofton. I have no idea what that game's looking like.
Yeah, Zach just doing a really good job, just blasting.
Yeah.
Let's see some updates from the other table, see if anyone's done.
Yes, any army can be good in this game. It's just a matter of knowing your army and knowing the rules.
I believe Crew Boys are still in the runnings. Let's see, James West 4-0 into the maybe in the finals.
I don't know if he'd be table number 1.
But well, he'll yeah. Yeah, James West 4-0. He might just do it.
Yes.
Bringing the first 5-0 to Crew Boys. Very exciting.
Are we gonna? Dude,
Matt Taylor also.
Are we gonna have Matt Taylor versus Jay West at top table?
That would be not very entertaining. It was just Matt Taylor getting shot a lot by Crew Boys.
Honestly, you're not wrong.
No, you don't want to watch that one. But Matt Taylor also 4-0 with the OBR, loves OBR from the Dallas area. Organizer of the Texas Invitational.
Yeah, he's the one who they host the Texas Masters.
And here we saw Bugs goes in, kills some guys. Doesn't matter. It gets out. get his tactic, gets all the points.
I imagine
If he burns the points, 6-point turn, whatever, and then
I imagine we're gonna talk it out after this round.
we might see it, but yeah, exciting development in the 4-0 bracket.
All right.
Yeah, Matt Taylor, James West, so. Yeah, hopefully it's an interesting matchup. Just the Crew Boys versus OBR is not entertaining at all.
Yeah.
It's a lot of because the Crew Boy mechanics all based on mortal wounds, and OBR has nothing to do with mortal wounds.
Yeah. Oh no, I have my 6-up death save. Shock
Ooh,
face.
that's not gonna do well against a lot of bow boys blowing off the table.
Yep, covered in mud.
Yeah, Snatch Frost, every Snatch Frost of the Shaman means every one of them 6s is 3 damage. Yeah, Crew Boys exciting. We do not want to watch Crew Boys on OVR. It would just be like, wow, James shot again. Cool.
Who would have known?
Yeah. Oh yeah, but we'll see. A lot of games are still finishing, so but we are in favor of Crew Boys stream going to 5-0. That'd be a historic moment.
Yes, it would be.
As long as it's not against OBR.
Yeah.
Because you don't really want that kind of blow out things on the stream tables.
Yeah, that's
Because we saw a couple of those. It's like, all right, the stream's done in an hour, and it's like, all right, we're going home, guys.
Yeah. And honestly, I think the one song we were really surprised about too, like that they were just that much of a blowout.
Yeah. And sorry guys, we're not talking much about this turn. There's not much to talk about. Just Zach doing a lot of Sylvaneth things that looks really absurd, but yeah.
It's move, shooting, falling back.
Well, shooting is very.
Sorry, he javelin.
One guy got javelined.
Charging it, then fading back. And,
yeah. Let's see. But yeah, a lot of people want to see the Crew Boy duel and James West.
Yeah, like James West is an amazing
Very good player.
Yeah.
Plays very questionable armies. But even still cannot stop him doing well.
Yeah, right? I'd hate to see it when he actually is like, I'm gonna play a top tier army today.
That's gonna be too much power.
Yeah, that's too much power in one man.
Yeah.
So I would have to say that the armies he plays is his weighted training clubs.
Yeah.
So that when it's time that he really has to fight, I guess Raditz at that point,
then he's gonna destroy the planet. Yeah. Very interesting list from James West also. It's got a full 40 gut rippers. And those guys are kind of okay sometimes.
Kind of okay sometimes. They're so kind of okay. Aren't they the ones that GW put in the Dominion box?
Yeah. And James West playing Big Yellers, which gives them no benefits.
Yeah.
Yeah. So shoutouts, good on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might become Thanos. We might all get snapped if he plays a real army.
He's got to get his Infinity Gems first, though, by playing terrible armies.
If he wins 5 games as Crew Boys, that might be the biggest accomplishment of AOS 3.0.
Yeah. Checking the scores. Go for it, man.
So Zach has scored 6 points again this turn. It's gonna burn the point as you see the tree remnants on, and then the players kind of just going through the motions at this point. Because if we're being honest, Noah's kind of done.
Yeah.
Can't hit anything relevant. Yep.
Yeah, it looks like they're just going to be rolling priority, seeing how many secondaries that Noah can get, things like that. I'm gonna go stand up, listen to the conversation.
Updates on some of the other tables. Bill Sylvaneth playing the Nihons, currently tied 17 apiece on going to turn 4. So it'll be very interesting to see how that game turns out.
Who was that?
Bill and Kel.
Yeah.
So they're interesting to see how the Nihon mirror turns out. And then we have Derek Sentner battling it back from 1 and 2. It's now 2 and 2. What is he playing?
Right now, they're still talking it out.
Yeah. There's not much game left to play.
Yeah.
So there's.
Well, it was like I was just listening to talk. Like Zach was like, "Oh yeah, you can totally. I'll totally let you send of Spike Storm Laser."
Also, Zach has lost 0 models.
Yeah.
If he wants to rally L back, it's Nihon versus Nihon, and Bill is playing Scarlet Doom, and his opponent Kel is playing the Quicksilver Dead. Okay. So Harridans versus Blade Guys, and a lot of ponies running around.
To be fair, Bill isn't playing Nihon. Bill is playing I want to do Mortal Wounds on a charge.
It does. It does a lot of Mortal Wounds on a charge.
That's what it is. Like, let's be real here for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, so they're figuring out like one of their like if I'm gonna try to unit for a battle tactic. Zach's like, yeah, I totally said you could have done that, and Noah's like, nah, let me roll it out. Like he wants to make sure everything's accurately reported, so I understand. Yeah, so see if we got any more recent updates for y'all real quick. Hammerfest. Yeah, Derek Center won his game against Dylan. Steven beat out Randy. Yeah, there's a lot of games still being played, so we really won't know what the final match is going to look like here until for a little bit still. placings. Eli is currently winning this round 2-1. And Spencer is also 2-1. Their games are still being played right now. The Flesh Eater Courts players, let me see if I can figure them out right now.
Spencer is let's see. I'll check some results for you guys.
Yeah,
Let's see.
check that. Spencer's 2-1, Eli's 2-1.
Yeah, the battling it out, grinding it out.
Jody Flesh Eater Courts is 1-2.
Yeah.
Chris Kolf is 1-3. So they're not doing too hot.
Eli and Spencer are still battling it out. Jeff V having decided to pat in the corn, playing Marathi boasting, losing the corn. I've watched you guys. You play that matchup too many times, Tom, and I think it's just a bad matchup for the Snakes.
Oh no!
I've never watched that win ever.
So you know what happened? Starbrand ran in and just rolled a ton of sixes. They just wiped out his entire Singh unit.
And this is what Scarbrand does.
Yeah, not Jeff Starbrand. Everybody else's Starbrand does it. Jeff Starbrand never wins sixes.
Well, Jeff has ye of little faith. Because it gets punished.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Jeff is also 2-1. The game's still out.
And the final score of this game is 33-20 for a victory for Zach. Yeah, the bugs are not the bugs. Sorry, the Sylvaneth love the trees.
Right.
This is a pro tree stream. And then, yeah, and then we'll be back for game 5, around 125-ish.
Yeah, 125-ish.
And very likely to be crew boys, unless it's OBR.
Yep. Anyways,
We might put it on. It'll be a quick stream.
Yeah. So yeah, thanks for hanging out with us, guys. We'll see you here in a little bit.
Yeah.